Okay, guys, I'm here to give you a couple videos. Um, WrestleMania. So I just kind of want to give you an update what's going to happen on this past, I think 10 days, because I'm on vacation for 10 days. Um, Here's what my plans are. I don't know if it's going to work out the way I want them to, because they usually sometimes don't, but it's still good to try to get plans out there. My plans. First one. I have a ton of videos I need to get up today. I'm going to get up this video, which is going to be called the WrestleMania Fallout 2 and the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania Rewind. I don't really know what I'm going to call this video. So I'm going to get up that video. I'm going to get up the Legends House review and WrestleMania Fallout 3. I'm going to have to get up NXT and TNA, which is going to be two separate videos. SmackDown, and then and the Legend of WrestleMania: The Ultimate Warrior. It's going to be one video, so that's going to be Friday. Trying to think what else. Saturday. Find a video. I'll think of something. I think they're gonna. Oh, I think they're doing an Ultimate Warrior. I don't know. I think they're doing stuff with Ultimate Warrior on Saturday too. Sunday I have a video I'm going to come up. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Monday will be Raw review, because I'm on vacation. Tuesday will be main event review. Wednesday will be I might go out and on Tuesday too. I'm going to go see this movie on Earth Day called Bears. That's going to be up on the the Talkinator site, channel. So it's going to be up on there. Wednesday, I'll think of something. I might not even make a video, but I might go on the Talkinator site. That channel's going to be used a lot this vacation. Thursday, Legends House, NXT, TNA. Friday, SmackDown, and then Saturday and Sunday will be on the Talkinator channel. So that's that. It may not work out the way I want it to. The stuff that I do want to do with the Talkinator channel and the CM Weather channel, but we'll see how it goes. I don't have any notes. What am I doing? So I'm here to talk about I'm going to talk about the WrestleMania 30 Fallout, and then I'm going to talk about the match at WrestleMania 6 between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. So we'll start with WrestleMania 30 Fallout. The entire Undertaker Brock Lesnar match. I don't know why they do this stuff. I guess they wanted maybe they're doing this for the fans that didn't see it. And then afterwards, obviously after Brock Lesnar broke the streak, Paul Heyman got on his did the interview like John Cena did after his match with Bray Wyatt, and he talked about some people asked him if he's shocked that he beat the streak, and he says, no, I knew all along Brock Lesnar was going to beat the streak. I had faith in Brock Lesnar. That proves you didn't have faith in Brock Lesnar. And then some woman asks him how good the match was, and he puts over the streak again and all that stuff, and then he says he's gonna go out and celebrate. One woman asks how he's gonna go out and celebrate, and he just walks off. So he answered like a bunch of questions like that. It was nothing big. So now I'm gonna get to it. A little bit of an Ultimate Warrior. So this is now gonna be WrestleMania. This was a WrestleMania Rewind, which I didn't really watch before. This is the first time I've watched it, but I wanted to watch this Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior match, and I actually liked the WrestleMania Rewind. Next year, what's gonna happen is when WrestleMania comes close, I'm gonna go back and each week it will get like a WrestleMania Rewind match. Which is exactly what is gonna happen. So WrestleMania Rewind match each week. So yeah, they talk about the match, like the build up to the match. They talked about how big this match was, how it was like two superhero, kind of like super. Somebody compared it. It was like a bunch of people talk about like Lawler, Ultimate Warrior himself, Hulk Hogan, AJ Lee, Brad Maddox, Damian Sandow, Dolph Ziggler. I think John Cena gave his thoughts about it. I gotta get a water. But yeah, John Cena gave his thoughts about it. Then So they talk about how, like, usually in wrestling it's like a good guy versus a bad guy, which is like a face versus a heel. But when the two heroes, as they called it, finally clash, you don't know who to cheer for. And it really is something special. And Jerry Ken Lawler kind of referenced it as like, wrestling gets better when you don't know what's going to happen. And that's true. You don't know what's going to happen when wrestling is better when you don't know what's going to happen. Like, when it came to the CM Punk stuff in 2011, I didn't know wrestling was very unpredictable. I'm kind of starting to think about that way with wrestling now, because I absolutely knew that Undertaker was not going to lose at WrestleMania this year, and he did. So I think that the other guy could possibly win now, you know? So anyways, yeah, they talk, and then they do like a little bit of background on the Hulk Hogan, talk about how big he was in the 80s. He was a household name. He got, and they gave it to that. They could have chosen anybody to give it to him, but he had some. Vince McMahon talked about how he had that something that he wanted. Um, and he talked about how he made WrestleMania what it is, the usual stuff that you hear on the documentaries. And as for the Ultimate Warrior, they talk about how interesting he was, how he would run down to the ring every time. He would really get the crowd energized. And with this music, that so, and his like promos were really interesting. Ultimate Warrior even said that he thought it was a very interesting character for him, and he was really happy too to get his run with the Intercontinental Championship, and he knew that Honky Tonk Man was that guy to get that and to give him that run with the Intercontinental Championship. So then it shows the match. I believe it happened on April 1st, 1990. And you had Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura on commentary for this match. And I'm actually surprised Edge didn't give his thoughts on this match, considering the fact that he was at this event. So I'm surprised he didn't, because he was at this event. Edge, I think Christian was too. So they were both at this event. So I'm surprised they didn't talk about what it was like. So then let's get right into it. So we get the match. It was I want to talk about the build-up. I didn't talk about that too much. It was built up when they were both in the Royal Rumble match, which I don't know why Hulk Hogan was in it, because he was the World Wrestling Federation champion, because it was called the WWF back then. That's what WWF stood for. So I don't know why he didn't get he was in it. And they eliminated everybody, and it was just down to them two. And they both went at it. It was like, Dolph Ziggler even talked about it was like a perfect way to plant the seeds, because everyone really wanted to see this. So they didn't really do too much to each other. They did like test of strength and stuff, did some shoves, ran around. So you could definitely tell that you could have seen this match. And then Hulk Hogan laid out the challenge. Him versus Ultimate Warrior. And it was very good. And I heard that Ultimate Warrior even too got like a phone call from Vince, and him and Hulk Hogan were at like, I think the building that they're gonna have wrestling in that night. And they decided to go with this match, and he was very happy about it. So I thought this was good stuff. And then so the match was for the World Wrestling Federation Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. And it was two big guys. The crowd was very 50-50. The crowd even stood up too when they actually faced off at the Royal Rumble. So, and Ultimate Warrior even talked about this, how he had the option to, because like sometimes you would like lounge down in like the golf cart where like the wind would be on, so you had the opportunity to do that. But Ultimate Warrior wanted to run, and Vince was like, okay, he's running. So it was very good stuff. And the match, very interesting. It started out really interesting. They didn't really do too much at first. They were just testing each other out. Did test of strengths. Well, yeah, and they shoved each other at first, and then what else? They did like kind of like when you went off the rope. They locked up and ran off the ropes, and like both guys would do shoulder tackles to each other. And then they did test of strength. Ultimate Warrior got Hulk Hogan down to his knees, and then Hulk Hogan returned the favor. Then he ended up just doing a quick elbow and covers him. He kicks out at one, which was pretty cool. And then Hulk Hogan body slams Ultimate Warrior, and he doesn't sell the move, which is kind of like which is kind of must have been weird for Hulk Hogan, because usually when he doesn't, when people body slam him, he doesn't sell the move sometimes. So that was good. So I thought that was interesting. So then Ultimate Warrior body slammed him, and he sold it, and he clotheslined him out, and he said that he landed on his leg one. He couldn't put any weight on his leg. I don't know if this was legit or not. So then Ultimate Warrior obviously walks on the leg. They kind of did some dirty moves like gouging each other's eyes, which I thought was really cool. To see like two of the faces gouging each other's eyes. And then trying to remember, like I know what happened, but like I'm trying to remember the order of the stuff that happened. Hulk Hogan ended up getting the advantage, hitting big right hands on Ultimate Warrior, clotheslining him into the turnbuckle. Getting a chin lock on him, and trying to make him pass out from this move. And then eventually Hulk Hogan is punching Ultimate Warrior, and he's like shaking, kind of like hulking up, actually, if you will. So this is also like deja vu for Hulk Hogan, because he usually is the one that hulks up. So then Ultimate Warrior starts getting going. He suplexes him, he clotheslines him, he just goes off on Hulk Hogan, and then he gives him the bear hug, and obviously Hulk Hogan passed out, so the referee has to put his hand up 3 times, because back then you did that. And if he goes down 3 times, you lose the match. And Hulk Hogan obviously got it up at the second time, started hulking up, fighting back, and then Warrior went to shoulder tackle Hogan, but he accidentally hit the referee, and then Hulk Hogan did a move. I forget what move he did. I think he did a big boot or something. And then he went to count, and the referee wasn't there, so he's trying to count himself, so there's no ref. And then Warrior hits a back suplex, and then he's trying to count, which I don't really understand, because he was the one that knocked down the ref, so shouldn't he know? But the ref does get there, but Hogan kicks out. And I actually thought something was going to happen when the referee got knocked out, when like Hulk Hogan was going to turn heel. When I first saw this, I was like, maybe Hulk Hogan will turn heel. I bet everybody else did too. But it didn't happen. And then Hogan goes to a roll-up Warrior, but Warrior kicks out of it. And then Warrior hits the Gorilla Press Slam, which was a big moment, because it's a big guy like that. He's hitting enough like a big guy like Hogan, who have the same strength, and hits his splash, and he goes to pin Hogan. He kicks out of it, and then he starts to Hulk up. Hogan starts to Hulk up and fires away at the Ultimate Warrior. Hits the big boot. Goes for the leg drop. Warrior moves, and then he hits the splash, and then Warrior covers him, gets the win. He becomes the new World Wrestling Federation champion, and also retains his Intercontinental Championship. So he's holding this championship. He's celebrating. Hulk Hogan's off the press. He goes to get the title, and you think he's going to turn heel and smash Ultimate Warrior with it. But it didn't happen. What ended up happening was he hands Ultimate Warrior the championship and raises his hand and hugs him after. And they both hug afterwards, which I thought was a nice moment. Because to me, it felt like this was like the passing of the torch. How we knew what was going to happen. Hulk Hogan was going to pass the torch to Ultimate Warrior, make him like kind of like the next. Well, obviously there's not going to be a Hulk Hogan, but like the next face kind of the WWF at that time, World Wrestling Federation. And him handing him the belt made it feel like legit that he kind of did that. And Hulk Hogan walks off all depressed, and Warrior stays in the ring and celebrates. And yeah, I thought this was it was a good match in a moment. You saw this stuff happen, and Hulkamania obviously didn't die, but people said that they got more behind Ultimate Warrior after this match than Hulk Hogan, which probably ended up happening. And then they did like a reflection to talk about how they went on to still be great, and the match itself ended up being a great moment in a match. And Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior went on their own separate paths and were very successful. So I like that they did that, and this was a really well done match and a moment. I really liked it. I might start watching the WrestleMania Rewind a lot often, maybe like next year, and I'll do like a review of it every week. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. All I have to say is peace out.